The DCEU is officially heading to Netflix, sparking hope for some Snyderverse fans that it could be a sign of things to come. Hey everyone, welcome back to our movie news. So you heard that right. The DCEU is officially heading to Netflix. The official Netflix Twitter account posted the following: Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, Justice League, Birds of Prey, Wonder Woman 1984, The Suicide Squad. Take a journey through the DC extended universe when these films hit Netflix on December 1st. Now, first of all, this is great news if you're a DC fan and have a Netflix account in the US. This means you'll be able to watch 8 DCEU movies on December 1st. Strangely, they are releasing Justice League 2017 and not the Snyder Cut, which is a real shame as the Snyder Cut is the definitive version of Justice League. But the DCEU going to Netflix. Now, I know to some they are already thinking the Snyderverse going to Netflix could be coming true. And whilst I admire that optimism, let's just take a step back first. This is quite a normal thing to happen in the streaming industry. It is normal for movies or a group of movies to go to Netflix. It happens with the Spider-Man trilogy and the Dark Knight trilogy, so this isn't anything out of the ordinary. Another thing to note is that Warner Brothers need money, and so this could very much be a last attempt at squeezing money out of the DCEU. Now, as we know, one of the many arguments Snyderverse fans have in favour of a possible licensing deal is the fact that WBD are in a lot of debt, and this would help them reduce it. However, whilst I agree with that statement, I do not see this particular news being any major sign of a Snyderverse restoration on Netflix. I would personally recommend not putting all your hopes on this latest piece of news, but I won't say it is completely insignificant. Now, there is a football manager that I really like called Ange Postecoglou. Now, his team is doing really well. Far better than most fans had hoped for or expected, and now some of those fans are believing they can go and win the league. And Ange Postecoglou was asked if their fans were expecting too much or getting ahead of themselves, and he had a really good response that I think can relate to the DC and Snyderverse fandom. He basically said the beauty of being a fan is that they can get ahead of themselves. They go through enough pain that they should enjoy those good moments, and it's up to the team to meet their expectations, and that the fans deserve to be happy and so should enjoy it when they are happy or do get a bit of hope. And I think that is something that transfers to every fandom around the world. Sure, there will be highs and lows, but I think Postecoglou is right. Us fans should enjoy the good moments, and it's up to the studio to meet those expectations us fans have. We are their supporters, we are their customers. So if fans get positively carried away with something, then let them. That's what being a fan is all about. So whilst I may not recommend to put all your hopes on the DCEU going to Netflix, if you are really excited about this and you think this could mean the Snyderverse is back, then go for it. Get carried away with it because you're a fan. A fan is supposed to be excited and happy about the franchise that you're interested in. So go for it. Be a fan. Many have told fans to give up because it's over or it doesn't make sense to do it, but sometimes logic or the most obvious answer isn't necessarily the right answer. Sometimes just good old faith and hope can make the most sense. It worked with the Snyder Cut, and who knows, it could do the same for the Snyderverse. Whilst I may believe the Snyderverse isn't very likely to happen anymore, I won't stop other fans from pushing for it and believing it will happen. Like I've made clear before, I still hope the Snyderverse is restored. It's just that my expectations of it happening have just decreased. So personally, the DCEU films going to Netflix isn't a sign that the Snyderverse is going to happen, however it could be a good time to show demand. Man of Steel, Batman v Superman and Wonder Woman 1 either are in the Snyderverse or show the similar tone that we want from DC movies that the Snyderverse was going to continue to tell. So if those 3 movies were to do really well on the streaming platform, specifically Snyder's 2, then it could show Netflix that fans are specifically interested in Snyder's DC films. Now that could help further down the line, and if you guys want to do that, then go for it. Anything positive will help in some way. So if it's positive, then do it. You never know. I think a lot of fans or accounts on social media and even YouTube act like they know the answers to all these different questions, when in reality, no one is truly qualified to state their opinions on these topics as facts. So sure, maybe you may see hundreds of comments saying it's over, or to give up, or that you're a Snyder cultist, but just know that they probably don't know anything more than you do. 9 times out of 10, they're just a fan acting like their opinion is a fact. And to be honest, if they stoop low enough to call you a cultist, they probably know far less about the topic than you do. So just keep that in mind. Another thing to note about those comments is that the Rolling Stone recently just confirmed that HBO, who is owned by Warner Bros. Discovery, has been ordering staff to create fake accounts to fire back at those who criticize their shows online, showing that the studio actively have been hiring and creating accounts to push their own narrative. So many of those negative comments regarding the Snyderverse could actually be from Warner Brothers themselves, and I am almost certain that that kind of thing was happening when we were trying to get the Snyder Cut released. Now, this specific report was only about HBO boss Casey Bloys, who decided to do this and was only happening since 2022. But this coming to the surface and being a case where a boss has openly admitted to defending their shows through anonymous accounts does bring up the question if other studios or sections of studios has done this before. There was targeted hatred towards Batman v Superman when it was released, where you could clearly tell some form of bot accounts were created to spread hate on the movie. It doesn't matter if you liked the film or not, but it is plain as day to see that there were bot accounts created to hate Batman v Superman. And I wonder if it has happened with any other movies or franchises, and for how long and how extreme it has been. I will talk about this all in a later video, as I think this could be something that actually majorly impacted the DCEU. But back to the main topic. I think the further we move away from the Snyderverse era and closer to the DCU era, the less likely the Snyderverse is. I could also very easily be wrong, and I really hope I am wrong. So maybe you could see this as the biggest opportunity we've had yet, and if you do, then go for it. I just think if you're being positive and optimistic and you're just doing that because you're a fan and not because you're trying to get attention from it, then you're doing the right thing. You're just being a fan, and that is great. So for all those DC fans out there, make sure to let me know if you think the DCEU heading to Netflix is beneficial for the Snyderverse movement in the comments below. But that is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. I hope to see you here again soon. So until then, have a great day. Bye.